Hello! Namaste! Welcome to this brand new episode of bachpankepitaresebkps, a podcast that brings smile on listeners' face. I'm sure you are smiling right now also, isn't it? In the previous episode, the 200th episode, you heard me talking to Mr. Ramendra Kumar, and many of you had DM'd me appreciating this conversation. And it brings a big smile on my face to know this conversation touched your heart. And I'm so happy, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for appreciating it. Before the 200th episode, I had read a couple of stories written by Mr. Ramendra Kumar. So continuing in this series, I'm going to read out a couple of select popular stories written by him. Starting with one of the stories today. The name of the story that I am going to read out today in this episode is Making a Difference. So this is a wonderful story and let me read it out to you. Let's begin. Making a Difference. Anamika was sitting in the class listening with rapt attention to her science teacher, Mrs. Sujata Mishra. Anamika was a class 6 student of modern school. Her pet subject was science and Sujata ma'am was her favorite teacher. We Indians have been worshipping nature since the very beginning. Trees, rivers, mountains and even animals have been treated by us as sacred. However, in the recent past we have started taking nature for granted. In the name of progress and convenience, we are damaging the environment. Let me give you an example. And as the children reached out for their pens and notebooks, Sujata ma'am said, "No, children, you don't have to write anything. First listen. One of the most harmful substances which all of us use in our daily lives is plastic. Can you give me one example of the use of plastic?" Carry bags, ma'am!" shouted Nagesh. "Excellent. We use plastic carry bags for carrying fruits, vegetables, groceries and everything imaginable. You know why these plastic bags are so dangerous?" Everyone shook their heads. "It's because they are not biodegradable." "Ma'am, what is biodegradable?" asked Pradeep, the doubting Thomas of the class. Not degradable, Pradeep. Degradable. And biodegradable means something which gets decomposed. Now, plastic doesn't decompose. It doesn't become one with the soil. It stays as it is. "But why should it create a problem, ma'am?" It was Pradeep again. "Can anyone answer him?" asked Sujata ma'am. "If plastic stays in the soil, it will block the pores of the soil. Water will not flow. And if water doesn't flow, then from where will the roots of the plants and trees get their nourishment? And if the roots do not get nourishment, the plants and trees will wither away," answered Mrinalini, Anamika's best friend and the class topper. "Excellent. Mrinalini is right. The plastic bags are the great threat to nature. Moreover, these bags clog and jam drains and other outlets. As a result, the entire sewage system in the city gets badly affected." "Ma'am, can we not burn these bags?" asked Anamika. "Good question. We can't burn them because when plastic burns, it releases toxic gases." Ma'am, I remember reading something that the colored carry bags are worse," Mrinalini said. "Yes, because the coloring agents used for coloring them contain pigments which are harmful. Suppose you are carrying slices of watermelon in a carry bag. The pigment will easily seep into the fruit, and when you eat the watermelon, it will harm your body. Now tell me, which is the most useful domestic animal?" "The cow," There was a chorus. Yes, the cows, which often search for food in the dustbins, end up swallowing the plastic bags. And these bags choke our most useful friends to death. On the way home, Anamika kept thinking about her ma'am's words. In the evening, Anamika went on her cycle for attending maths tuition. On the way back, it was her job to stop and pick up fruits from Salim Chacha's shop. Anamika's father had always bought fruits from Salim Chacha ever since she could remember. That evening, as usual, she stopped in front of the shop, removed a cloth bag from her shopping basket, and walked up to it. Salim Chacha smiled and asked her, Anamika beti, I have a fresh stock of oranges. Would you like a kilo? I will take a half a kilo and 6 bananas as usual. As Salim Chacha reached for the plastic carry bag, Anamika said, No, Chacha, not in the carry bag. I have brought this cloth bag for carrying fruits. Why, beti? Any special reason? Plastic is very bad for nature and for all of us. How? Salim Chacha asked, an indulgent smile on his face. Anamika then explained as best as she could what Sujata ma'am had told them about plastic in the class. Salim Chacha heard in silence. I had no idea that this harmless looking plastic carry bag can be so dangerous. But, beti, what difference can you alone make? Anamika thought for some time and said, Chacha, I will tell you a small story which my father told me last week. Once, a grandfather was walking along with his grandson on the beach. The beach was littered with many fish which had come in with the tide and were now struggling in the sands. The grandson picked up one fish and gently tossed it into the water. Then he picked up another one and did the same. There are hundreds of fish lying on the beach. It is not going to make any difference even if you save one or two, the grandfather said. The grandson bent down, picking up a little fish tossed into the water. Grandpa, it made a difference at least to this one, he said as he watched the fish sail away with a smile on his face. With these words, Anamika picked up her bag and cycled away, leaving Salim Chacha staring at her. 2 days later, when she went to his shop, he was busy talking to a lady. He hadn't noticed Anamika. Maji, I have stopped keeping carry bags. They are very harmful. I will give the fruits to you in a paper bag. He then noticed Anamika and smiled. Beti, what you told me that day made a deep impression on me. I have decided I will never use plastic carry bag again. My son manages another shop in Basanti Nagar. I have also told him not to use them. I am requesting my regular customers to carry cloth bags with them when they come for shopping for fruits, Salim Chacha said, his face beaming. Salim Chacha, that is wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. Beti, I should thank you. You taught me 2 things. One, to take care of the environment, and he stopped and looked at Anamika. And what, Chacha? I learned that even one can make a difference, said Chacha. What do you think? Can one make a difference? What is your thought on this? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed listening to this story. That's all for this episode. I'll be back again soon with another story in another episode. Until then, take really good care of yourselves and do think about it. Can one make a difference? And before I forget, if you want to listen to the Hindi version of the story, please type Hindi in the comment section and I will soon narrate the same story in Hindi as well. Take good care of yourselves. Keep listening to Bachpan Ke Pitare Se and keep smiling. Stay safe, stay happy. Have a good day. Thank you so much. Goodbye.